Welcome everybody to the Fantasy and Frames draft show. That's right, it's a draft show playoff edition, and it is wild card weekend. And now that fantasy football is over and you are all fantasy football champions, it is time to focus on how else are we going to make some money off of fantasy football. And that's going to be through playoff tournaments, people. Playoff tournaments. We are all here tonight. We are going to give you all the strategies on how to win your playoff tournaments. We're even going to draft a couple rosters. We have got Unwind founder, Miss Rachel, is here tonight to talk to us about the Unwind tournament. We're also going to be drafting a Scott Fishbowl Playoff Mania roster too. So sit down, buckle up, get ready, because we are here to help you win some more money for fantasy football and have a good time doing it. Let's go. Guys, I've missed that music so much. How about you guys?
I'm ready for our updated pictures.
I know. I can't wait. Without further ado, let me bring on our special guest tonight. Rachel, welcome. Thank you for joining us. How has your new year been?
It's been fantastic. I'm excited for exciting things to happen this year.
Me too. How's everybody else's New Year's been? I haven't seen you guys in a minute.
Haven't seen you this year.
Haven't seen you this year. I
know. It's been good. You know, not everybody's team can win a national championship, but the boys over in Fargo, though, where I happen to be actually, did the damn thing last night against a game, Montana State and Tommy Malott. But you know what? The Bison just keep the Thundering Herd. Just keep going. And the next of the Lance family is ready to take his place as a future CFL wide receiver, Bryce Lance.
I got to be completely honest with you. I didn't know who Bryce Lance was when I saw your screen name.
Well, he is Trey Lance's brother. Trey Lance was there, by the way, in Frisco, Texas for the national championship. Hugged his brother. That Trey Lance to Bryce Lance should be awesome for the Toronto Argonauts in 2030.
Wow. Canadian football. What's up, everybody? Thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us tonight. Vince and NRU and Ann is here. Guys, so much fun is to be had tonight. Like I said, we are going to be drafting some really fun playoff rosters, putting them together, talking about strategies that will help you win in your playoff tournaments. If you have questions, comments, please throw them over in the chat. That way we can get to them before the show ends. We got some Viking news over here. Rach, you're going to have to step in for Rich tonight because he's sick, so as our resident Viking fan, okay?
Sounds good. Yeah, let's bring it.
Oh.
The Vikings win. They're going to rally next week, guys. They're going to rally.
Yeah. That's really because Rich says that he's sick today, but it's really he's just still
ducking.
sick from the game.
He's on the Vikings Week 18 hangover. Look, we get it, but I would much rather be where the Vikings are, having to go to Los Angeles, than where Green Bay is, having to go to Philadelphia, dodging batteries and other accoutrement that the Philly faithful decide to throw at them.
And rightfully so. I mean, we've seen those uniforms. They're awful.
Great.
I mean, hey, Caleb Williams beat the Packers in Lambeau, so that's how we're rolling into 2025.
Enjoy your
Hey, look, DJ Moore tried. He tried to be the sleeper agent for Green Bay by hook or by crook. It was just not to be. Green Bay had 54 men. Chicago had 52. It was still not good.
Listen, we don't need to talk about the poor Packers and their the Eagles matchup unless we're picking. Well, I don't know. I shouldn't say that, but we'll talk about who we're going to pick for our rosters a little bit later.
Yeah, there will be plenty of chances to slander one team or the other, I'm sure.
Oh, for sure. Just as a reminder, real quick, here's our matchups for Wildcard Weekend coming up. We've got Saturday, Sunday, Monday, full of football. Saturday, Houston and the Chargers. I heard a fun fact about Houston is that every single one of their playoff games has always been at 4:30 on a Saturday. that
Yeah.
they've
They've had
never
8
done
since
any of that.
2010. So
It's like
hard to
somebody
believe they made
saw
it
that,
from that. Yeah.
like from
Yeah.
the future. I don't know how that could have been possible like a month ago, but it's so crazy the way that happened.
The guy would be a real asshole though if he did that and then brought it back up, and taking victory laps. So I can't remember who did it though. Can you, Kev?
Tevin something, I don't remember.
Coleman.
Tevin Coleman.
Kevin
That's
Compkins.
the only Tevin I know.
Yeah.
No, he did. He tweeted literally. What did it say?
It was in November
Chargers,
on a
Texans.
collision course for
Yeah.
Chargers Texans, and lo and behold, we're going to be
Yeah.
graced
You
with the
willed it
presence
into
of-
existence. You should have willed the
You
Packers
did.
into getting like the number 1 seed or something. If you're going to will something,
Look, I can only will so much, and apparently the extent of my willing is the 4:30 Saturday game. Sorry.
The night game on Saturday is Ravens Steelers. That's going to be an interesting little game.
Are we
You guys-
surprised that's the primetime game on Saturday? Because it does kind of surprise me a little. No,
Because that's like the new age rivalry,
Yeah.
that game. So that's like they're tripping all over themselves to put that game on.
Yeah, I think so. Sunday, we have got Broncos Bills at 1:00. We've also got Eagles Packers is the 4:30 game, and then Sunday night Bucks Commanders.
is that in
quite frankly,
Brazil,
that's the game.
Stacey?
Huh?
Is the Packers Eagles game? Is that in Brazil?
It could be. I mean, if we're gonna replay week 1, let's just go on down to Brazil and we can hear
Said
Phil loves
Philly
me.
beat them at home, and then I realized, oh yeah, that was in Brazil. So
That was in
That's
Brazil. Yeah,
That's
it
actually going to be in the 51st state. That are going to play that one in Greenland. So
Or Canada.
yeah, or
You know,
they might be
Gulf-
playing that
the
in
Gulf of
the
America.
Panama Canal.
Yeah, the Gulf of America.
I was going to say the Gulf of America. That's what I heard it's going to be called now. Oh my goodness. I'm actually more excited about the Bucks Commanders game, guys. I think that's
gonna
for
be
me,
fun.
I'm the most
that'd be good.
excited about that game, straight up.
Yep.
Are you suddenly a Bucks fan?
I'm not suddenly. I like when they win because it's good for the city and everybody gets really excited here.
Shit, Erica, I love it. Shots fired.
Woo,
So
literally.
That's okay.
Look, you can shoot a cannon all you want, but if you point down the field,
That's right.
no, not happening.
That's
Erica said,
right.
I nearly lost my hand in the last couple of weeks. I'm just going to come out firing.
I've got nothing else to lose.
So
That's right.
much sass. Oh my goodness. No, it's fun for the city. Everybody gets excited and Baker's fun to watch. So
Yeah.
and that'll just be an exciting game, I think. For real.
Those
though.
fans were booing them on Sunday, though. I heard them.
Hey, like when you gotta wait till the last drive to get Mike Evans his money. I mean, I don't know what you're doing down there, but
Me and Kev would have been Team Petty and had like 8 Saints defenders on him. It's like, fine, you want a touchdown? Go for it. You're not
I
getting the
can't
extra
believe they
5.
didn't do that. I don't know
I was
why.
waiting
we
for
couldn't-
that.
Yeah, like why we got to make it on the very last drive. Like,
That's like their bitter rival, right?
on.
Like the Saints
is.
hate Mike Evans. That's why I couldn't believe of all teams
Yeah.
they would, just
Well,
like,
I
okay.
mean, I think do the Saints hate Mike Evans, or was it Lattimore that hates?
That was
Mike Evans?
that was a Lattimore. So
Yeah.
is Lattimore going to play? Because
Oh my god!
Yeah, he's
are they gonna
supposed to.
Are they gonna swing on each
Oh,
other and
man.
like get ejected? That's gonna be.
That's like
amazing.
what I'm most.
Oh.
I'm shocked it took us this long to get to it. That's what I love. Is it's like you think you missed the Lattimore Evans round 2 this season because Lattimore basically shut them down first time they
Mhm.
played. Nope, you're gonna get it in the playoffs.
That's
oh
right.
yeah, I'm excited now. I'm like
Now
even
you're
more
pumped.
excited for that now.
Now you're pumped. And then we got Monday night. We got Rams Vikings.
Best game of the week.
That's you're ready to go Monday night. Are you going? No, wait. Are they in LA? Or
LA.
Are they in?
It's in LA.
LA.
Yeah.
In LA. That's great. Well, because they're the 4 and then the 5. All right, so that's why it's
Yeah.
in LA.
They won
Well,
their
that's lame.
division.
Sorry, Rach. That's lame.
That's what I'm saying. That's a tough
Supposedly.
beat, no matter who lost on
Yeah.
Sunday night. That it's like you go 14-3 and you're going on the road.
Right.
Yeah.
Rough. I mean,
See
you know, at
Brandon's
least you didn't,
comment,
Rachel, at least you didn't lose to the Bears. So there you go. At least you didn't lose to the Bears.
I love it. They were mine.
Oh my gosh.
Well done,
And then
Brandon.
Kevin O'Connell. Look, and
Yeah.
Kevin O'Connell versus Sean McVay. Like the McVeigh tree branches are colliding. I think that's going to be. I'm surprised that hasn't come up here too, like that.
Oh yes, first cat appearance.
Oh, we got Grayson making a special appearance.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to let Grayson make some picks on our roster. I think.
Yes.
What do you think?
Where's Nico? I saw Nico made an appearance pre-show.
He's sleeping in his bed now. Oh, he's down there. I mean, I can wake him up if you want me to. He might look a little grumpy, but
no. Let the baby sleep. Let our baby sleep. Rach, thank you for joining us tonight. If you guys didn't know, obviously Rachel is the founder of Unwind, and she has created an amazing opportunity or community, rather, of women who are like all over the world. Like we have got ladies over in the UK. We've got ladies down in Mexico. Where else am I missing people, Rachel?
Just all across the United States.
All across the United States. Do we have any Canadians?
Not yet.
Any in the Gulf of America?
Of America?
Not yet.
But yeah, so Rachel has gathered all of us together to be able to share our love for fantasy football and just become just an amazing group of friends. Rachel, you are also now currently a writer for Football Guys.
I am, yes.
Very exciting. Congratulations. That's very exciting news.
She's also the bomb, which I don't know if y'all are aware of that. But.
Exactly. Guys, you can make sure to find Rachel over online if you are not already following her. She is at Tootsie Pop 6 on the X, on the Twitter. So make sure to go follow her there. You can also follow Unwind. And if you are a lady and want to get plugged into that community, please make sure to reach out so that we can get you on some of our super fun Zoom calls. When's our next Zoom call, Rach?
I will be scheduling that really soon. So later this month or beginning of February, around that area. So coming up.
Good. So it's coming up. So you got plenty of time. Get in there. We have the best group chat. Like everybody's so supportive. I mean, and we don't just
shots at other group chats this early, Stacy.
Yeah.
You're the best. It's the best.
It is the best.
Okay.
It is the best group chat. It is. I'm just gonna.
It's the only one I pay attention to.
There you
How
go.
dare you? What about
Exactly.
Erica? That hurt my feelings.
Oh my goodness. But so now, Rachel, you're putting together an Unwind playoff tournament. It is not just for the ladies. It is open to all.
It is. It's open to all. Yes. So you can join via League Safe. It's $20 buy-in, and half of the funds will go to a prize pot because everyone wants a little skin in the fantasy game and stretch those fantasy strategy muscles. And then the other half is going to be donated to this fantastic organization, Women Leaders in Sports. And their mission is to develop women leaders, connect women to a powerful network, champion women to rise higher, and to advance women's influence in sports. And so the money that we raise is going to go to their foundation that will directly affect their members by providing scholarships for them to attend leadership institutes, to attend the national convention, and to provide annual memberships to these women. So just helping empower other women leaders in sports.
Amazing. That's fantastic. I'm super excited. I joined, Erica joined. Who else has signed up?
I'm joining as we speak because
I will be as well.
And a slacker. Sorry.
Excellent. Rachel, when's the last day? Come on, Keith. Get it together. The
deadline is Friday. So deadline to join and pay is Friday.
Awesome.
Games kick off Saturday, so we need to get your roster set by Saturday.
I'm going with a bold strategy of I'm not going to play anybody from the Saturday games. You think that's going to work out?
You're gonna need one from each team, though. You need. So it's gonna be played on the second season. It's a website where the fantasy game will be played, and then we're gonna pick one player from each of the 14 playoff teams. So once you pick your roster, you're set for the whole rounds until through the Super Bowl. So you're gonna want to strategize. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
And so once, because again, I'm a boomer. I apologize. Once I have registered for this bad boy, so now what do I need to do? Because it says success.
So you'll get an email that will give you the invite link to second season. So if it doesn't come right away, let me know. I can.
I'm sure
it should be automatic.
It's my first day on the job, so I want to make sure.
This is my first time using a phone.
First time caller, long time listener.
We've got the link there in the chat. If you have not yet signed up and want to sign up, go ahead and do that. Make sure you do it before Friday so you can get your roster in. Want to see how many people do we have signed up right now? Do we know?
27 with Keith now.
Ooh,
Yes.
okay. So let's go. So the more that sign up, the bigger the pot. So let's do it, guys.
And then
Get it
more
in,
money for women leaders in sports as well. We keep getting more people.
which
we get
is
more to
the
give to them.
most important thing. This is gonna be so fun. All right, so here we are. Let me see if I can pull up. I've got my roster ready to go. Let me see if I can. This is Rachel. This is when we always struggle in the show, and I say we, I mean me, because again, this is also my first day using a phone.
Let's see how many.
You look really good using it though, Stacy. That's what.
Let's see how many squares you get.
Exactly. All right, look at that.
Oh, perfect.
First time. It's only
4
taken me
squares
20
and 7
weeks
years
to
ago.
get this sorted out.
Let's
Yeah.
go. Carson Wentz. Let's go.
Hell yeah. Carson Wentz. Can I throw some who is Nico Remigio?
You know, Nico.
Oh my gosh. I don't know.
Wide receiver 8 who played like 39 snaps in week 18.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you guys didn't know him.
Where's Rich? Rich and I can take Carson Steele again, just like we did in
Hey, look, I will have you know, and Keith is a witness. I mentioned Carson Steele as a week 18 play. Clearly did not work out. They scored 0
threw up
points
in his mouth right after he did it, but he did recommend it.
I did.
I was there.
We gave you a shout out. You were not listening, watching, obviously.
Yeah, which we appreciate, by the way, your support, Stacy. Because we called you out. We were like, well, obviously, if Stacy's listening right now, and I'm sure she is, she'll comment. Now, start playing the tiny violin. Oh man,
I wasn't prepared for the Carson Steele shout out. I will never live that down. That's okay.
It's all right. You still got a lot of time to make up for it.
Yeah, we'll forgive you.
I'll hopefully make some better choices this time. Wow, Kimberly over here has got some Remigio news. People talked about, wow, I need to be online more. I think I need to be plugged in more because I had no clue who that was.
I would argue the opposite, but you know, again.
Oh my
we
gosh.
all got to fill our time doing something. So
we do.
You know.
We do. So I've got mine pulled up here. Let's take a look and talk about some of these players. I want to talk also about, like, why are we taking certain players? What is our strategy going to be? Because both the tournaments that we're going to be drafting this tonight are a little different. So obviously this one first, the first one, the Unwind. So we're setting it, we're forgetting it.
Rachel, do you mind giving just the settings of the league, like scoring was?
Yep, I just pulled that up because I could read your mind. So passing touchdowns will be 4 points. Rushing touchdowns are 6 points, 1 point per 10 yards rushing yards. Half PPR. It's a half PPR. Let's see. Return touchdowns are 6 points. Let's see. Field goals, 3 points for all the way to 39 yards, and then 4 points for 40 plus. Defense, 1 point for sacks, 2 points for interception.
That's perfect. The main thing I was just wondering is like a half point, full point.
Half PPR, yep. And then 4 point for quarterback pass.
Of course, then we'll need to read the settings, and it's like 25 points for every sack. And you're going, man, I should have strategized by going defense first.
And just regular, so no extra points for tight end or anything like that. Just
no.
Regular. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Just regular half.
It's a good decision without Brock Bowers in there. I mean, it's not really fair.
Or any of the top 5 tight ends, by the way.
Or McBride or
Kittle, Jonnu,
Engram. Yeah. Do you guys know, this is a fun fact that I found out today. Did y'all know who the 9th highest scoring tight end was so far, or as of week 18? Don't look.
Dan Laporta?
No.
Kyle Pitts?
No. Wait. You guys ready? Pat Freiermuth.
He came
the
back.
Crowd goes mild.
Quietly put up.
I'm still in that cap. That was amazing.
So with this one, so like I said, guys, we're gonna pick one from each team. we've got a lot of different options, a lot of different combinations that we can do. When we move on and do the fishbowl one later, that is one where you're going to be doing it on a weekly basis. So you're looking specifically at those weekly matchups with a little bit more detail, I think, than you would here. I think in this one, guys, kind of correct me if I'm wrong, right? But like you're looking at, who do we think is going to make it the longest? Who do we think is going to give us the opportunity for more points? One strategy that I kind of like doing with these is starting backwards, starting at who do we think is making the Super Bowl and kind of working backwards, maybe, to kind of figure out which teams we suspect are going to be in it the longest, therefore giving us the most opportunity for points. Because I love Baker Mayfield so much, right? And he's a lot of fun. But if I don't think Baker's making it all the way, so I wouldn't necessarily want him as one of my number one quarterbacks.
I think quarterback is definitely one or two of the most important positions, tight end being the other, because you're really only going to start two of them. It's going to be one QB, one tight end. I agree with you. I'm not looking at it completely is it the team that's going to win the Super Bowl? Because for me, especially knowing the settings with the difference in rushing and passing touchdowns, to me, it's Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson. And to me, I can't not take a chance with, I know that's a way to go the other way, but I do think it's a very good chance that either Allen or Lamar at least gets to the AFC title game, right? They're both playing the first week. That would mean they get at least 3 games. And then on the other side with Hurts, it's the same deal. If he gets by the Packers, they're going to have home field to the NFC title. And I just think it's such a big, advantage to have that rushing QB. And with Hurts, we've seen it all season that if they get down to the 1 yard line, just go ahead and give Hurts 6 points because they're going to do the tush push. So I looked at them, and then Kelsey was the other one because I think he's by far the best tight end. And I'm playing Kelsey. We saw this last year with this Chiefs team that he had been banged up. He had not had the greatest year. And then they just hyper-targeted him throughout the playoffs. I think he's definitely the most safest guy on that team unless you're taking Mahomes, and I think that would be really risky. And then from there, I'm looking at matchups where I like having, for instance, the Puka Jefferson deal at wide receiver, where I'm getting 2 elite wide receivers who are playing each other. So I know one of them is going to get at least a second game. And in some ways trying to set up matchups that way. If I really like, say, 2 players that could be filled in at flex. And the defense and kicker, I went Pittsburgh and Houston. Those to me are the 2 most mild offenses left. And that's who I want at kicker and defense is a team that I don't really love any of their options on the offensive side of the ball. And I don't think either of those teams are getting very far either.
No, I agree. I was just going to say, I love your point about Kelsey. This is his time to shine, is the playoffs. Maybe you're not thrilled with what he's done throughout the entire season, but he always shows up in the playoffs. And this is when Mahomes their connection is really going to come through, I think.
The first thing that I'm before I'm even touching any of these playoff contests is I am mapping out what I think is going to happen and mapping out a bracket. So, and I want to know who I think is going to be playing the most games. I'm actually would be I look at it through the one contest I play is the FFPC Playoff Challenge, which is similar to this, but you're not fading 2 teams at all. But so basically, I'm using kicker and defense as the teams I'm soft fading as teams that I think are only playing 1 game. And tight end, you can kind of do that too because it's not tight end premium. You still want, you have so many running backs, you have 4 wide receivers, 4 running backs. The bulk of your scoring is coming from there. So even if it's 2 tight ends, I'm still using those tight ends as not quite a soft fade, but teams that I don't think will be playing more than 2 games. So that's kind of how I'm looking at it too. And I think Hurts is a bit, I think most of the people are going to be playing Saquon Barkley. So Hurts is kind of leverage off of that. So I think it's very interesting to look at. There's a ton of good, discussion to be had when you're looking at these teams, thinking about who is going to be playing the most. If you're looking at the Bills, more than likely Josh Allen is going to be played universally.
Yeah, I like not playing him and playing James Cook because I think if the Bills make a run, James Cook's going to be heavily involved. Everybody's going to have Josh Allen, and I like to take my chance with a Lamar or a Hurts.
But there's chalk you have to eat.
I agree.
Chalk you have
I
to
agree,
eat with
but quarterback there's only one of. So if you're wrong and he's the most played player, I mean, to me, that is the one position where I don't want to have like the chalk. I agree with you that I want to take one of these running QB because I just think that's such an advantage to be able to have
with the 4-point passing touchdown. Yeah, that definitely opens it up more for the running quarterback, certainly.
Well, okay, so Anne has a question in here. She wants to know regarding Jalen Hurts, like, are we worried about him with that concussion? He hasn't played in a couple weeks.
Not really.
I'm not. I mean, he's playing in the playoffs. They're not starting Tanner McKee in the playoffs.
Yeah, they've done the right thing by not playing him and just, unlike the Packers who decided to play Christian Watson in week 18 for whatever reason.
That was rough. Real quickly, because I want to ask you guys, one of the guys that I think that people are going to be smashing from a team, and I like going the other way, is Tampa, where I think most people are going to be Mike Evans. Give me Bucky Irving.
Bucky.
Ooh. Can I talk about Jalen McMillan also? Can we just talk about
You can, but I
he's
love
going to be played.
Yeah, for sure.
He's going to be played. Yeah. I mean, how many touchdowns he has? I think since the last
scored 5 straight.
Week, it's 6 straight, I think. I think I saw. Hang on, I saw a stat.
I think he missed one up. He's got like 6 touchdowns in his last 6. I think he scored.
Games. Yeah, 6 touchdowns in the last 6 games. He leads the NFL in that streak right now.
7 in his last 5. I got.
Oh, maybe it is. So is it 5 straight and 7 in his last 5?
7 in the last 5. Yeah, because he had 2 touchdowns in week 14, week 17.
No, I mean it's a good play. I really do.
Either way.
Yeah. But I think that everybody's going to load up Evans, and I honestly right now would probably rather have either because again, you're getting Lattimore potentially on Evans that first round, and that's a good chance it's going to be potentially the only game he plays. So you it's really important to nail, from my experience in the guys that play one game, getting the right player, right, and getting that
like last year
everybody's losing, right.
Yeah, last year it was everybody played CeeDee Lamb, and it was Jake Ferguson went off when they lost to the Packers, and then everybody took take Jaden Reed and all these guys, and it was Aaron Jones who went off for 3 touchdowns. Picking the right players certainly, that has its advantages. If you can get 2 games out, we got 2 games out of Aaron Jones. You get the smash week from Jake Ferguson. Everybody that played CeeDee Lamb, especially in like the FFPC contest, where CeeDee Lamb was like 75% played, and only like I think it was like single digits. I think it was like 5% of people played Jake Ferguson, and that was because it's tight end premium was massive for like that 1 week. Dallas Goedert was at a couple years ago. For Philly, where he was the highest single point scorer among all the skill position players who only played 1 game. So those single game point, like the Texans defense last year, I think they had 2 touchdowns.
Versus Joe Matz called that last year. I was so mad because he was like, Flacco's been great, but let's not forget it is Joe Flacco, because everybody was picking the Browns going into that game, including me, and they got routed.
Well, let's go ahead and decide, who do we want as our quarterback?
I think Allen's got to be a lock.
I think I would pick Allen if it's me. I do love James Cook, Keith. I mean, I'm doing enough of these that I can have some variation in my lineups, but we're just talking about this specific one that we're doing right now.
I also think it's more likely that Baltimore makes the Super Bowl than Buffalo. I do. I think Baltimore is the best team in football. If you look at their last 6 games on the defense, what their offense is like. And I actually think it's great that they're playing Pittsburgh round 1, because it would be big for them to get that victory over, their bitter rival. And I believe in Lamar and what Derrick Henry brings to Baltimore's offense, because you have basically 1 of 2 choices of, death is either you're going to load the box and then Lamar is going to be able to probably scramble more and obviously hit you down the field, or you can, basically let Derrick Henry and Lamar run all over you. So, I do like them a little bit more than Buffalo, but I think, again, those 2 guys in Hurts are like the 3 QBs really that I can consider playing.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that. We have some, just to scroll through, just so you guys can see, also kind of see what the format looks like. Bo Nix, Jared Stidham, not enticing?
I mean, there is a chance, right, that Jared Goff could end up being that guy. Like, because Detroit, if they get there, I think we can all assume it's going to be a bunch of shootouts. Everybody's going to have Gibbs. Everybody's going to have St. Brown.
That's a tough click, though, man.
But if you're doing
especially in 4-point touchdowns,
I agree. But if you're doing multiple,
and if Montgomery comes back,
I don't hate it.
Yeah, I don't hate it. Like I said, in different variations and throwing that in there.
I'm not saying like if you're just doing one, no.
If you're just if this is the only one that you're doing, no. But if you're doing several of these, it is definitely fun to mix it up. In my heart of hearts, I think it's going to be Kansas City and Detroit, and the ones are just going to battle it out. But there's no way that I can get Josh Allen and Jared Goff a Super Bowl.
No, I think the world would explode if we get Buffalo, Detroit, and the world would be ending. Like the walls would be burning right before our eyes. So,
all right, kids, are we going with
that's fine.
Joshua Allen?
I mean, look, it's his year. He got engaged.
Yeah,
Buffalo. I mean,
he's unstoppable. So this is his year. So if we take Josh, no more Bills. Who else would we like to take as our number 2 QB?
Oh, you play 2 QBs.
Yeah,
it's probably Lamar for me.
Yeah, it would definitely be Lamar for me. Because again, I think that, and again, I'll be wrong, I'm sure, but I think this is finally the year KC does not get back to the Super Bowl, and obviously it's going to probably be either Lamar or Allen.
But would you want Derrick Henry instead of Lamar for Ravens?
Lamar just had, I mean, again, everybody's talking up Barkley's fantasy year. Lamar scored more fantasy points this year than Barkley did. Like, Lamar is a fantasy cheat code.
And Derrick Henry, if for some reason they get like into like they could get games scripted out. Yeah. Because he doesn't play on receiver. Like that's all Justice Hill territory. And that's where I have some trouble because I mean the Ravens, if they're off, I mean they don't have Flowers, right?
Right. Yep.
So that's even tougher. You gotta worry about how they're going to move the ball downfield, or especially say Flowers is like money from 20 to 20.
Oh yeah, he's been incredible. How loud do you think Deontay Johnson's laughing at this moment, Kevin Thomas?
Oh my God,
I had completely missed that he was on the Texans. Now,
yeah, they played last week.
Yeah. Like a model citizen, they were saying that too.
He got scared straight. Wasn't the name of that show? So good for him.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got our quarterbacks. We're going Allen. We're going Lamar. So that means no more Buffalo, no more Baltimore.
And I'm with Kevin, Stacey, that I actually like starting, I'm good with doing the QBs, but doing like the inverse and going and getting your defense and kicker out of the way.
Let's do it.
Let's
go pick a kicker.
I mean, the Texans have to be on this list with what we're seeing.
I think it's either him or Boswell.
And I love you love me some Boswell. But then that means we'd have to take the Houston defense, and I don't know that I love that as much as I love the Steelers defense.
But also on the same token, if you're going to be like soft fading a team and that you think maybe plays one game, Brandon McManus I think has to be in there too.
Maybe. Rach, who were you were saying something?
Do you know there's a tab for NFC if you want the other 7 teams to pick from?
Oh,
instead of just picking AFC people, I'll go up right. See NFC there.
Oh yeah, there you go.
And then you see the other teams.
You didn't know you were on a Boomer show, did you?
I just make sure you could.
Rachel, thank God you're here. Like we'd be over here just picking it all, and then we would be like, why we still have other players to go? What are we doing?
All right,
I do like
Boomer theme real quick,
too.
Rachel. Where do I find the league ID and league password for this? Was that also?
Did you get the email, or I can send it to you?
I probably did. If you can send it to me, that'd be great, though.
Yep.
And that way I don't have to exit out of all the stuff I did, because of course I opened it.
Well, let's talk about. I'm feeling good about the Houston kicker. He scored the 4th most fantasy points so far this year, so I feel good about that.
But you would. The only reason I ask if that's a question is, don't you think Baltimore's offense is much more likely to go bananas on Pittsburgh than the Chargers are on Houston? And then you're also getting Boswell, who made 40 freaking field goals this year. If you think they're both going to lose.
And if you don't take Boswell, then what skill position
would
player?
You take?
I mean,
That's
it would be
fair.
Pickens. Or
for
Freiermuth,
me, it would be Freiermuth.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah.
Like you got to look at it from that lens. And then obviously with the Texans, you're probably your choice is either Mixon or Nico, realistically. It could be the defense too.
Ann's got a good point too. Denver's an interesting one too.
Denver, exactly. That's a real fun one. Because what skill players would you want on Denver? I mean, other than my boy Marvin Mims, obviously 4 touchdowns the last 2 games. Come on.
We're not doing Marvin Mims.
Never wrong. Just early.
I don't even think you were that early, Stacey. I mean, he's only his 2nd season.
Hey, you know, his last 2 weeks, Marvo's been looking pretty good. I'm just saying.
And he still hasn't run over 50% of reps.
But he got 8 targets on 18. What was it last week, Kev? Remember we looked it up. It was like over 40%.
It was 8 for 103 and 2, and then he went 5 for 51 and 2.
No, but I'm saying, remember we looked up. He only ran 18 routes and he saw 8 targets.
He only ran 15 last week.
Wow, so that's 2 weeks in a row around like 40%.
Literally, he doesn't need to be out there. He's so efficient that he just goes out there and gets his job done, and then he's good. I mean, obviously.
Next year for Halloween, I want Stacey to be Sean Payton. That would be amazing.
I'll be Arthur Smith again.
That's so
hell.
Awesome.
I'm bald now. I could be Brian Dable.
He's back.
Yes, you could. He still has a job. So
future Bears head coach Arthur Smith.
Ooh, yeah. I don't think he's a bad coach.
All right. So are we taking the Steelers kicker? Is that what we're doing? We're taking Boz.
It's your decision.
I know. I mean, I could always change this too later. So
I know, but I mean, I was just saying that I think you can do the tiebreaker or whatever. Kev's like, screw you.
I'm protesting that Arthur Smith is still a good head coach.
I'm just saying, if he is not at least a decent one, Raheem Morris is also a really bad coach because we gained all of one game getting rid of Ritter and Arthur, and we had Penix. I mean, Cousins won, 5 of those starts, 6 of them.
Well, Raheem Morris didn't sign Kirk Cousins. Terry Fontenot did.
Look, you're not going to get an argument out of me, but I'm saying Arthur Smith had to go into his last 2 seasons and say, hey, here's Marcus Mariota and Desmond Ritter. I expect you to win more than 7 games. Good luck. Let's go.
That's fair. But fuck Arthur Smith.
Guys, why can't is there something like I'm trying to click on defenses to switch over there? It's not letting me.
It's on defense.
It's because you're only wearing one shoe.
Oh,
click on defense.
Down underneath.
So
Erica, did you get that reference?
No, I'm just
Stacey.
The boomer is coming out. I'm sorry, guys. I'm too cold. I can't function. My brain.
Stacey, you missed an Adam Sandler joke too.
I didn't expect it. That's why I'm laughing so hard.
Oh my gosh. All right. So for defenses.
There you go. Yeah.
There we go. I was thinking I had to click up here for some reason, but no. I'm so sorry.
Why are you sorry, Stacey?
Because
if anybody's judging you, screw them. Okay, we've been having a nice chat while you've been figuring out how to pick a defense. It's all good.
This helps the audience know how to navigate this as well.
It does. Right. So for those of you who are also Luddites and can't use your technology,
Jorge, make sure you change the title of this YouTube video to Unwind Fantasy Playoff Tech Support as well.
Yeah,
thanks to me, we know how to legally register for the tournament. Stacey teaches us how to use the app.
Oh my god, it's like that commercial where it's like stop becoming your parents, like,
those are the best. Those are so good.
No fussing, no cussing.
Oh my gosh.
He wants to wear the cooking bib and he's just like, no.
Take it off or I'll take it off. I kind of do like Denver's defense.
Here we go.
What's happening?
That was
Are we back?
It wasn't me.
What in the world?
I don't know.
Kevin's in control now.
It was a shakeup. Oh my gosh. We had food.
How cool would that be if we started playing like musical chairs during the show? And it's just like you never know who's gonna be hosting that.
No clue. All right. I think I like Denver's defense. Let's go ahead and do that. That feels better than any of their skill players, to be honest.
Talk up
you don't like
and do that. Come on, man.
I mean, I don't think they make it out of round 1, so no, I don't like Sutton.
That's fair.
Only for that reason. Again, like
I mean, I don't think the Texans do either, but I mean, or I don't think the Pittsburgh does either. Either way, I think those 3 teams are like, I think the Broncos could be like the friskiest team of those teams that have to play.
Don't you feel the most confident in their offense for sure out of those 3?
I'm going to raise my hand. I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
What about the Chargers defense against the Texans?
I don't hate that either, but I kind of have
That's
them
who else
winning.
do you want from that team? Do you want?
I mean, Lad, obviously.
Rachel, how dare you come on
Lad
this show?
Welcome
mad
to the
about
Lad
McConkey
fan club.
This is the LCN, the Lad McConkey.
I'm going to kick you out. I love you too much for that, but come on. Be better.
And you could also play Dobbins, too, if you're feeling froggy.
No. That feels gross.
No.
No, it's Lad or bust.
But if we,
you know this, I know it's actually probably Quentin Johnson. If last week was any indication,
that's so gross. If we take,
never say it again.
No, never again, please. If
we said J.K. Dobbins,
that means that we are going to have to take somebody from Denver.
I say keep Denver. We're arguing over a defense.
Yeah, let's keep.
I'm Steelers defense because I can't do Fry. I mean,
there's good people on both sides.
I don't know if there are though in this case.
Kev, we took Boswell.
Oh yeah, we did take Boswell. Okay, sorry,
yeah.
I'm a boomer.
So you know what that means, guys. This team.
I'm only suggesting them because we have to play.
Amazing.
So this means then you guys know this. We have to take somebody from the Texans.
Mixon.
Mixon has been trash lately.
It's a bad matchup.
Well, Mixon has been trash because Mixon is trash, but they want to run the offense through him. And I don't know. It's that CJ Stroud cone of influence that has me spooked on. It's even affecting Nico. That's why I'd almost rather. Okay,
is it affecting him? He played like one possession last week. He scored a touchdown and caught 5 passes.
I can be talked into Kyrie Fairbairn because the vibes on the Houston offense.
All right, that's what we're doing then. Here's what we're doing. We're going to go back. We're going to switch our kicker. We're taking Fairbairn.
Yeah, I don't like the Texans. They're probably and I love Nico Collins.
Do I have to get? I have to
click it.
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
D-click.
I swear I'm going to get it.
You can do it. You can do it.
Okay.
All right. Then we're gonna go. We're gonna go to tight end over here. Come here, Patty. Oh, stop it! This is too
yes.
Let's
get freaky.
I'm starting my own stream.
Did you guys see it was like one of the very first plays? Like they went in the end zone and they went to Darnell in the end zone and he didn't. He should have caught it, but he didn't.
I thought you were about to say something that's exactly what I was about to say, Erica. I thought something inappropriate was coming right there.
No, catch that conversation on Mondays, 2 p.m. with our other podcast release.
Yes. I mean, we are doing a football.
Not that kind of release.
So, wow.
You don't know what we do.
Watch-a-thon, so.
No. All right, Houston, we got Patty Fries.
I love that you call him Patty Fries.
I do call him Patty Fries.
I know.
Why? I call him Patty Fries?
I don't know this.
One of my very good friends from the Kentucky Fantasy Football State Championship, I overheard him refer to Patrick Freiermuth, or I guess it's Pat Freiermuth, as Patty Fries one time, and I said, well, that's it. That's all I'm ever going to call him from now on.
It's a great name. You're the only person I hear call him Patty Fries. I love it. It wasn't like me making fun of you. It was literally saying, I love that you call him Patty Fries.
No, I loved it. I loved it so much. Shout out Steve Holly. Thank you for giving me that little nickname.
Okay. So other tight end, Kelsey?
Yeah. Yes. All right. We got Trav. We got Mr. Taylor Swift over here.
We've got 4 categories done. Go us.
And it's 44 minutes
like, you guys
44 minutes in.
And you're stressing me.
We haven't even built a roster yet, an entire roster. Oh my gosh. All right. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spots left.
Don't remind Erica. She knows we got 8 spots left.
Well, it says it right up there. RB4. Wide receiver 4.
Obviously, right? Saquon.
If you're not playing Hurts, then yeah, it's got to be Saquon. Or you could play AJ Brown.
I was gonna say you could talk me into AJ Brown, but I'd have a hard time not playing Barkley if I'm not playing Hurts.
Bucky is
I think that's the play. I really do.
Barkley, Bucky.
You're not playing, like, the vibes are so low on Kyron right now. I don't think you can.
And don't forget, Washington gives up I'm playing 5 yards per carry. It's the second most in the NFL. Like, you can really get at them on the ground.
We're playing Puka against Rachel. Close your ears. The Vikings give up the most fantasy points to opposing teams' wide receivers in the NFL this season.
That's true. It's a fact.
And like I said, that Puka Jefferson for me is almost automatic because I know I'm going to get one of those guys for 2 games, and they're the clear alpha receivers in their offense.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, Cooper Kupp has his face is on a milk carton lately.
I just said
he actually might be he might be dust.
Pivot play. Oh, you think it's dust?
He might be dust.
After the injuries?
Kupp? I think he might be dust.
He went Justin too, right?
I don't. Hear me out on Washington.
Okay.
Austin Eckler.
I do like that.
Over Terry McLaurin and the Bucks trash.
We've seen McLaurin shut down, to Kev's point, and
Brian Robinson has looked terrible the last.
No, we are not taking Brian absolutely over.
No, that's what he's saying is he's making the case for Eckler and I agree that almost everybody's going to take McLaurin, and that's probably the play that could end up working out the best. But I think that Eckler's really safe to get you points. And we've seen, like I said, multiple games where McLaurin has done nothing. He's been one of the best wide receivers in football. I just think it is a good pivot. Like, it's a good.
Robinson is touchdown or bust, and Eckler is good in any script where Washington needs a winning script for him to matter.
Ironically, if it's a full point PPR, I would definitely take Eckler. Half point, it's a lot closer to me.
Let's think about that for a second, and we'll come back to that. I want Josh Jacobs on my team. I think
that's the other team that I've been taking, like, as a potentially a defense or a kicker.
Same. I want no part of that. And then as a Packer fan,
they don't have a great offensive guy to pick. I mean, Jacobs is by far the best.
I agree with receivers. I totally agree with receivers. Even my sweet Tucker Kraft mac and cheese. But Josh Jacobs. Don't act like you haven't called him that before. You know you have in your head. Come on.
No.
Wait a minute. No.
Tucker Kraft mac and cheese?
No.
It's so obvious.
It's got the patty fries and the Kraft mac and cheese going on here.
Hey, what nickname do you have for me and Kevin? And
well, we can't say that on the air.
Rachel.
Sass on her.
That's what I like. Wow. Come on. Let's get a little sassy.
All right. One more running back. Here are options. We've got obviously the Washington guys that we just talked about. We've got Aaron Jones.
I thought you had Jefferson in there.
No, I haven't taken him yet.
Oh, okay.
Well, we're gonna take him. So
yeah. Or we got
Gibbs, the 4-touchdown Gibbs guy.
Well,
everybody's out of Gibbs.
Everybody's gonna take him. However, there is
Monty
word on the street that Monty's coming back.
I really think that the St. Brown could end up, or Jamison Williams, both have value as well, because lines are going to get into shootouts. Everybody's going to take Gibbs, right?
And we still have 3 receiver spots left.
I don't hate that pivot. Like, I like Gibbs too, but I do understand, like, what do you think, Kev? How many people do you think will pick Gibbs? 70%, 60, 70? Like, that's going to be one of the most popular ones, don't you think?
It's going to be 60 to 70, but also I think he's got, like, Remember it was like was it 2020 or 2021, the CJ Anderson playoff? Like, the dude went off in like week 18 and then carried that into the playoffs. He won me a playoff tournament like by himself because nobody else had him.
Yeah.
Between him and like Sony Michel for the Patriots. But I think Gibbs can put up that upside even with Montgomery.
It's fair. I mean, when he gets snaps, we've seen it. He had not seen more than 20 snaps, but once this season, I think he's now scored like 27 points or more in all 3 games that he has.
If we're making the argument for Marvin Mims, that's like running back Marvin Mims.
No, we already picked Denver's defense, so I don't get my wish with Marvin Mims.
Is like a corollary to the guy doesn't get that like many opportunities, but when he does, he hits a home run.
Yes.
That's Jahmyr Gibbs.
Okay, so what are the 2 teams we have left?
So we've got to take somebody from
Washington.
And the Lions.
And the Lions. So
and that's one of
back.
each, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't love the Jacobs pick, and that's what I'm saying. If you think the Packers are going to beat the Eagles, go for it. If you don't, I don't like using a running back or a wide receiver or a quarterback for that matter on a position that I'm pretty sure they're only going to play one game.
Okay, but then I mean we only have 2 spots for a kicker and a defense. So
I get that. I'm just I think I kind of with this matchup.
Because it's half PPR, I think that leans me to take Amon-Ra over Jameson Williams. I think it was full PPR. I think that makes the case actually closer for Jameson, but I think Amon-Ra here and then taking Eckler or
you think he'll be under-owned? Is that what you're saying with Amon-Ra?
I think Amon-Ra will be under-owned relative to people because Detroit has so many like flash points in their offense. Because a lot of people are going to take Gibbs. Mm-hmm. I think Amon-Ra is going to come in under-owned, and then people are going to want to galaxy brain it by taking Jameson Williams as well. So I think Amon-Ra is almost like the weird pivot in a way that shouldn't be the pivot.
And Stacey's going to play Laporta. We know that.
Nope, I didn't know Laporta. Hey, you know what? Laporta has actually been coming over the last couple weeks. So I think by the time this is said and done, I don't think that is going to be that far apart from the rest of
Amon-Ra feels like why do we just not like galaxy brain it and just play him after he goes 8 for 124 and 2 touchdowns?
Rachel, if I hit set roster, am I allowed to come back and edit this before Friday?
Yep, it locks when the game starts on Saturday, so you can change it millions of times.
Okay, so I'm gonna go down here.
Tell me that.
And then there's tiebreakers you have to fill out at the bottom.
Oh, what a surprise! Stacey didn't get it right.
Wait, can you click over to my team so we can look at it?
Okay, that's what I was trying to get to. Thank you, Erica, for finding that. Okay. All right. So the team we've got assembled so far, we've got Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, running backs. We've got Saquon, Bucky, Josh Jacobs, Austin Eckler. Receivers, we've got Puka, Jefferson, McConkey, and St. Brown. I mean, that's so on brand for me to take St. Brown too. And then tight ends, we've got Patty Fries and Travis Kelce. And then we've got Fairbairn and the Broncos defense.
As long as you got Patty Fries, we're good.
Patty Fries is going to win me this whole damn thing. So I'm just kidding. Probably not.
Oh, trust me. If he does, we're never going to hear the end of it. And
that's true. You never will hear the end of it.
I can't wait for it, man. You know I'm your biggest fan. Go for it.
All right. How many passing yards will the QB from the NFC have in the Super Bowl? Oh, my gosh.
What?
This is
we were having to learn Chinese to finish out our contest. All right, so we got to go to the NFC Championship game.
276.
Play? Oh, there you
go. Sounds great.
Just throw a number.
269.
There you go.
Thank God you did that because my brain would have been going a million different directions for like the next 2 minutes.
What is our combined total score in the Super Bowl?
55.
55.
I was going to say 56. There you go.
I like 55. There we go. All right. Submit roster. Woo!
No, I like how she went under your number, Kev. She said, screw your 271. I'm going 269. And she went, haha, 69.
But I'm good with that. Like, imagine not being good with 69.
Fun fact. Whenever I have to do fab bids.
You put
69
cents. Is that what you're saying?
No, because I have the humor of a 13-year-old boy, Keith. That's why we do that. All right.
Yeah, Keith.
Wow, what a jerk! I'm talking about me, obviously. By the reaction from you. So sorry, I didn't mean to.
All right, kids. 53 minutes in, and it took us a minute to get there, but I feel good about that. Like that one, we needed to talk through it, get it all.
I think that's a league winner.
Yeah, I agree. You
should still all sign up for it, though.
100%. Just because my team is obviously going to win doesn't mean that everybody else shouldn't sign up for it. So please make sure that you go in. I'm going to put that link in there one more time for the new listeners. Let's throw that in there. And then who wants to do their Scott? Who signed up for the Fishbowl Playoff Mania?
I did, and I still can't figure out how to sign in.
Did you go to
your email? Go to your spam.
Yeah, go to your spam.
Well, the email's there, and it has a link, but when I click it, it like brings me to the sign up page.
Did you log in?
Yes.
Are you sure?
I mean, I'm using the password that saved it. I mean, I did.
Password is taco.
Yes, password is taco.
Let's put it this way. I know that I have made my lineup for FFPC.
Do you want me to pull mine out?
I'm not doing my lineups for those yet. We'll do those a little bit. We'll do those next week because they also have additional.
Do you want me to pull up my Scott Fishbowl?
Yeah, let's do yours. I've got mine here if we need it, but let's work on yours since we just did mine for Rachel's.
Let's do that. Let us pull.
And I'm gonna stop screen sharing. Oh, night mode. Look at you. Aren't you fancy?
So I have this Google Chrome extension called where is it? Hold on. Called Dark Reader. It is all dark mode all the time.
Oh.
Because my thine eyes can't handle light mode on anything.
That's why he's always wearing sunglasses inside.
Sunglasses at night.
Yeah, that's fair. So
and at night.
Yeah.
I was going to sign up for this, and then I saw it was on MFL, and I noped out real quick. I really did. I was like, I can't.
Pause, Erica. It's guys. Fantasy Cares, that is where you can go to find the sign up for this. They do ask for a nice donation to Fantasy Cares to do a lot of wonderful things. So both of these tournaments do have a really great charitable component to them. So if you not only like playing because you just love fantasy football, but you also want to support some really great causes, please make sure to go sign up for both of these. So the fun thing about the Scott Fishbowl playoff is Playoff Mania. It's based off of, kind of like a play on of WrestleMania. You can be a face, you can be a heel. I'm sure all of you out there know what those terms mean. If you don't, Keith, please explain.
So, and again, you should check out Inside the Squared Circle with myself, Jorge Edwards, Sam, and Ronell. But a face in wrestling is basically a good guy. Think Superman. They usually do all that is right in the world. The heels are the bad guys, and those lines have been blurred in wrestling. Not gonna lie, a lot in like the last decade. I hope there's a cat crawling on your computer right now, Rachel. Was there? Did I miss it? Because if you turned your screen off and took away from me the chance to see your cat climb on your keyboard, I'm gonna be a little upset. So you got your good and bad guys.
Yeah, what on the keyboard?
She's like, I wasn't listening.
Nothing. I thought I heard something.
Out of the gutter, Kev. Out of the gutter.
Look. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm still
New
in
year,
your,
new you. Come on.
Your book podcast. Sorry.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So the rules here for the Fishbowl Playoff Mania. Basically what you're doing, you're picking 5 total players each week. So a quarterback, and then you can pick between 1 to 2 of a running back, wide receiver, tight end. And you can only pick one, but you're going to be changing your lineup every week. So that's where this is a little bit different. So we're only be picking 5 players tonight. So strategy wise, how would you guys attack this differently than we would one like we just did?
Wait, for this one, once you pick a player, you can't pick him again, or?
Yes.
Got it.
That is correct. Yeah. Yes. So, you're only picking 5 total players. I'm basically trying to load up on as many high point scorers from teams that are losing, I think will be losing. So I can keep as many players for the Super Bowl, however, because if I think the Lions are going to make the Super Bowl, next week, I'm not playing Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jared Goff. Like, I'm not playing those teams. And then conversely, on the AFC side, if I think it's the Ravens, I'm not playing Lamar, Derrick Henry, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm trying to save those players. I mean, things happen. There's 14 teams. So, you can certainly find, especially because I think in years past, it's been more players that they play. So you're only playing 5 players. So there's going to be a wide pool for a lot of people.
What is it, 25 players total? Is that right?
No, for the starting roster each week, you're only playing 5 players.
Well, I know, but I'm saying like wild card, or it's 20 players total, right?
Yeah. For each round. So, so basically it's quarterback, and you can only play max of 2 running back, wide receiver, tight end, mix and match. But you have to have like one of whatever one you don't have 2 of.
So so you're saying there, because I'm going to get this figured out and sign up. But so you get a QB, a running back, a wide receiver, a tight end, and then 1 flex, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. So you have to play quarterback, and then you have 4 other roster spots for 2 players. You get to play,
So I could theoretically just start 4 tight ends and a quarterback if I wanted
to. So is Jay Daniels the guy this week?
I mean, that's probably not smart. I'm just saying I could.
Yes.
Okay.
Is that where you would go, Kev?
Tight ends probably not, because there's not tight end premium.
So this is not like my fishbowl team where I'm just going to go like hero or heavy tight end with all of my guys.
But there's also special scoring too, where long pass plays of 20 and 40 yards or 10 and 20 points each. You're also get the same for the rushing, same for receiving. So if you have, Baker Mayfield and Bucky Irving, and
how can you not play Jaden Daniels though in the first round? Does that say? Because he's probably going to lose, right? Don't you? I mean, at most they're going to play 2 weeks. So you're like, go and get it against a terrible Tampa defense.
Yeah.
And it's also point per rushing attempt, point per target.
Yeah.
Like the points will be coming fast and furious.
So guys, very important to look at the rules for every tournament that you're in, because they're all going to be different. So
I like to go in blind, fresh. Like some people like no spoilers. That's kind of the way I like to do. I'm joking, Stacey. It's okay. Don't have an aneurysm. Sometimes.
I might. Who knows?
Don't do that. Please don't do that.
But yeah, so like the 20 and like the big plays are what's going to make basically whoever wins is going to be whoever basically stacks up as many of those long plays as possible.
And is it total points?
Yeah, just total accumulated.
And nobody's eliminated. So like, I mean, if you have say like a bad first week, you could come back and
you can,
yeah.
Right. If you're behind, you can still easily make it up with a good week.
Sweet.
So, but I think it, just even with that scoring, going with like the players that you think are going to be one and done, I think that's still like, I'm probably going to be targeting a guy like Puka Nacua, on one side. Obviously, I think the Vikings will probably beat the Rams, but that's anybody's game. But you could also still play Justin Jefferson, because sorry, Rachel, cover your ears. I'm not sure that they make it past the second round. So, I think those teams are like still in play. Obviously with the bye weeks, you're not playing any Chiefs, you're not playing Lions in the first week, but it's definitely a lot of strategy to figure out who you want to throw. And you're only, like I said, you're only getting, 5 players on your team for each round. So it really opens it up as far as getting players on your team.
So we have to pick a quarterback for sure. So let's do that, and then we can
squabble. I've already heard my vote. It would be Daniels.
That kind of sounds like fun. I kind of like that.
We are fun havers around here.
We are.
Sometimes.
I mean,
just saying. But I think I'm loading up. I might load up on this game, actually. I do like Bucky here as well for the one game. And you can still throw in Mike Evans as well, who I still think that Jefferson is plenty in play, just for like the reasons I said. Puka, there's and you still have all the Buffalo guys. You still have, if you think they're going to be moving on the second round, you still have, could have Buffalo, you still could have Baltimore. It's really, I almost wish it had more players, because it kind of like locks. I don't know. I think really that shortening up the roster opens it up for more people to like come from down below if they have a bad week. So I get that in a way, but I don't know. I'm just rambling.
I like it when you ramble though.
Yeah. Oh.
That makes okay, it makes 3 of us. All right.
Erica does that because she's like,
what are your thoughts here, folks?
Who are some other teams that we don't anticipate moving forward that we think their players are going to have a big day this weekend?
Chargers.
Denver, if you think Buffalo is going to score a bunch of points, is intriguing to me because if Buffalo scores a lot of points, Denver's in catch-up mode, and we've seen Bo Nix can throw for some yardage. He can make some big plays, whether it be Mims, Sutton, several of those guys.
Yeah,
like
Mims. That's my vote.
Oh, you like Mims?
Yeah, or Sutton. There's nothing wrong with Courtland Sutton.
No, there's nothing wrong with Courtland Sutton.
Who's
Defender
winning?
of the old.
Who's winning the Chargers-Houston game?
Chargers.
Nobody. We all lose.
Yeah.
What a dick.
I mean, that's tough too, because that could very well be they're putting that game on at 4:30 for a reason. That game could either be defense doesn't show up and it's a fun game, or it's a 16-15 and it we hate every minute of it.
Gross, yeah.
And Jim Harbaugh will be perfectly fine with that because I think that's the Chargers.
So is D'Amico Ryans.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
And we know at least the Houston offense is not. The vibes are at an all-time low right now.
Yeah.
The Chargers will can play into that. We've seen games where it's literally been Ladd McConkey and nobody else. And then last week we got QJ and nobody else.
Mm-hmm.
Those games are possible, where even in a game where the offense just stinks. So
I think Ladd didn't get a touchdown, but he still had a decent fantasy day.
Yeah, he had a fine day, I think.
Yeah,
still.
I would say throw Ladd in there.
Yeah, he was 5 for 95 on 7 targets. Targets with this targets matter.
Yeah.
So that's where I would lean more into. So where I think Justin Jefferson and Puka can just rack up targets. We know Jefferson will take long plays. I think Jefferson, no matter what, I think is still a lock, because even if Minnesota wins that game, they're probably playing. I mean, unless Washington wins, they're playing Detroit again.
Well, also, here's a thought too. How do you guys feel about TJ Hawkinson against the Rams, who give up the second most tight end points?
I do not hate it.
That's fair, although he just does not seem as big of a part of the offense as he should be.
He has not gotten in the end zone. That is the problem there.
He has 4 games of 8+ targets in how many games? 10 games. That's not bad when we're talking about comparing him to other tight ends. But you also, are we required to put in one tight end, right, in this?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
no, I don't think so. I don't think we have to.
It says 1 to 2, so I think.
Oh, then we do have to put in. Okay.
Yeah.
So at least one receiver, running back, tight end, and then potentially
Flex.
2 of anything. Yeah.
What about Zach Ertz?
Oh, that's fun.
Is it come on. I don't know about I like it, but I don't know if it's fun, Stacy. Come on. Let's not get carried away.
It's more of a coming to terms with the fact that you have to play a tight end. That's what Zach Ertz is.
I mean, hold on. Before we slander Zach Ertz, just a second.
Remember that time he dyed his hair?
All right, that's 1 second.
The 7th. I'm sorry. Do you mean the 7th most productive tight end in fantasy this year? Zach Ertz?
That doesn't take much for a tight end.
As I said, I didn't say much for your boy Freiermuth. He was 9th.
Hey, you want to know who's 8th?
Got him.
You want to know who's 8th?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam, MF, and Laporta is 8th.
Wow.
Well,
That would be
you
great.
didn't have to
if he
draft
didn't
him
go
as tight end
one. Yeah.
We're digging ourselves a hole here, Keith.
It's all right. She knows I love her.
She's going to block y'all.
No.
Probably wouldn't be the first.
I'd be devastated.
Well, we're not playing Will Disley, that's for sure.
All right, we got 15 minutes to put together 3 more
5 players. Y'all are killing me today.
Rachel, why don't you save the show and talk a little bit more about
Please.
one of these drafts or just something?
Something. What are you debating here?
Well, we were just talking, to be honest. Like, I understand it's easy to kind of lose the conversation when me, Kev, and Stacy just start.
Sometimes you just got to say stuff.
What about Stone Smart? You want to play Stone Smart?
What do we think about Monday Night Raw last night? Did everybody watch it? Let's go there.
No.
What? Rachel?
I haven't watched
NDSU was on. The
college.
national
No, I didn't watch
championship was
it.
on.
But for this draft, Tucker Kraft is a good idea too. I like him.
Tucker Kraft mac and cheese? Me too.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about the mac and cheese thing.
I mean, it's hard. It's easy to forget. It was only like 20 minutes ago.
Hey,
you smoke the J I did before we started and tell me how easy something is or is not to forget, okay?
I'm smoking something after you.
Ooh, hello.
Just kidding.
Tucker Kraft, the 10th highest fantasy scoring tight end this season.
Wish we could have had 1 through 5. Just
That is
anywhere.
Kraft mac and cheese.
Kraft mac and cheesiest.
You should get him a endorsement deal.
I know, seriously,
what's
how
up
has
with
that not happened yet? Like, what is his agent doing? Come on.
I'm really questioning it.
Really? He had 7 targets against Chicago. You know, he hasn't been in the end zone since week 14.
That's not good.
It's not great. Not great.
But he's waiting for the right time.
He really is.
And now Christian Watson's out.
Yeah.
I hate that for him too, man. He had such a good year.
I know. And such a hard time last year too. That's such a bummer.
I just quietly put players in there. I don't know.
All right. So you put JJ, you put in Nakua, and you put in Zach Ertz. I can co-sign on all those guys.
So I was thinking I think Bucky Irving versus Mike Evans is very I can't I have to have a running back in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, correct.
Damn it, Scott.
No, do Bucky. Throw Bucky. I love Bucky in there. Put Bucky in there. Not Mike. Not with the chance that he matches up against Lattimore and then there's chaos that ensues.
Yeah, that's fair.
Someone could get ejected in that game.
Someone could absolutely get. I doubt they'll do it in the playoffs. I feel like they're both a little smarter than that, but you never know. 10 first player.
That is fair. I did not like the ejection thing. I didn't even.
Washington is really bad versus the run. People don't remember because they score so many points that teams have to throw. But again, they give up the second most rushing yards per carry in the NFL.
Just don't be Juwan Jennings, please. My God,
dude,
right,
he killed DK lineups, Kevin.
That was rough.
Not great ball.
It's rough. Not great. All right, so Kev, so your final roster right now is for this week for Wild Card Weekend is James Daniels, Justin Jefferson, Puka Nacua, Zach Ertz, and Bucky Irving.
Yeah.
Do we feel good?
I like that with Jefferson, long plays, Puka Nacua is target monster, Jaden Daniels, we know he can do with legs and ground. We got a stack partner with Zach Ertz in case that McLaurin can get locked up, which can happen. And then Bucky Irving is just awesome.
Exactly. Well, I love it. Rachel, thank you so much for spending your evening with us and coming to hang out. Again, if you would, please tell the people where they can find you and how they can get connected with Unwind and how they can get signed up for the tournament.
You can find me at Tootsie Pop 6 over on Twitter, or you can find Unwind at UnwindFF on Twitter, and reach out if you're a woman in the fantasy space and you want to be part of the Unwind community. But for this Unwind Playoff Challenge, it's open to all, so men and women can play and have fun. So Stacey had dropped the link before, so feel free to join and join the fun and try to win, and then help support a great cause with women leaders in sports.
Exactly.
Here.
100%. And then, so those links are in there. The link for the Scott Fishbowl Playoff Mania is in there as well. You can go to fantasycares.org to sign up for that. That link, both links, like I said, are in there. Both great causes. This is going to be a really fun playoff weekend. Going to be a really fun playoff altogether. Guys, we have had the best time trying to bringing our strategies here to help you be successful in your tournaments. If you had a good time tonight and you don't already subscribe to Fantasy and Frames, please go do so right now. Also give us a like, a share, a follow. You can find all of us online. All of our handles are underneath our names. You can get Keith at Keith Fleming. Erica's over at America 108. Kevin is at K Tompkins I. And then you can also find him at the same at bluesky.social if you are on Blue Sky.
Hey, you may not be able to do one of the entries, but you've nailed Kevin's name. So I'm proud of you.
Got it.
20 points for you, Stacey.
100. It's a gold star. Gold star.
Very proud.
I am at Stacey_Perez 83. Guys, this has been the Fantasy and Frames Draft Show. We will see you next time. But until then, good luck, everybody.
Dun, dun.